Sup, everybody? We're back.
Sup.
It's us, the Paper Dungeon, here to stream Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, our mini-series, again. For those of you who haven't seen the first ones, this is our My Players Don't Know the Characters That They're Running campaign. It's a very long, wordy title, I know.
Don't worry, campaign 2 will be better.
Oh yeah, it'll be great. It's the Wild Beyond Witchlight is the book that we're running, and as I said, my characters don't know what characters they're playing. They don't know what's going on. They may find it out this episode. I'll get more to that in a little bit. Drew, you mentioned a very important thing that's happening. We have our announcement. Campaign 2 is coming out in the summer of 2024. Get ready for it.
Everybody.
So
Summer 2024. Everything
I'm so ready to
changes.
stop talking about campaign 2 and be playing campaign 2.
As we get closer, we'll have more and more exact dates. We'll probably eventually figure out the month depending on our stuff, but it will be this summer.
And
We're
thank
not
you,
sure
And it'll
exactly.
change
Grant, for
the
subscribing.
world.
Okay, well,
Yeah, shout out myself for 32 months.
Woo!
Oh, actually,
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any other super huge announcements going. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on behind the scenes. You guys will probably not learn about for like another several months.
sorry, hate to.
Just know
burst your
there
bubble.
are quite a few things. We get together every single
Oh,
Monday.
yeah.
We're still working on things. It's not like just because we're only streaming it every other week.
Some of
that
us are working on
This
things.
is
Some of us are.
That is another thing.
all of us are working on stuff.
All of us.
There's not a single
All
one
of
of us who
us-
isn't.
All of us are working on things. We are changing. Originally, our goal was to stream every Thursday and just kind of alternate when we're doing a campaign kind of stream. We don't have time. We're tired.
It's busy.
We're working. I'm getting a new job. Things are crazy. So every other week with an actual campaign, and then every once in a while we might throw in an extra one where just like maybe we're playing Baldur's Gate, or maybe it's just a solo stream or something. But yeah, things are busy right now. So if that is just about everything, which I think that it is, I am very excited to lead us back into our game
Let's go, mystery characters.
of Wild Beyond Witchlight.
What happened last time?
Thank you for asking, Grant, because I was just about to tell you. Last time we played this campaign, our nameless, faceless blobs are walking through the Witchlight Carnival, enjoying the sights and the attractions, and really trying to find themselves in more ways than the metaphorical. The Big Top Carnival event. The Big Top extravaganza happened in the last episode. Your characters all went on stage to varying degrees of success. You performed some fun little act, and the whole crowd cheered up overall. And you were actually invited to a private conference with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, the owners of the Witchlight Carnival. They kind of asked, like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, how are you guys doing? We thank you for your service at making this carnival fun for everyone around." And as you are kind of led away from the tent, you're approached by a bugbear wearing a jack-o'-lantern named Burley.
Burley, our boy.
I
Oh,
liked
yeah.
Burley. Shout out.
He expresses to you that something's going on with the carnival. He isn't quite sure what's wrong with it, but he would really appreciate your guys' help in getting Mr. Witch and Mr. Light to basically tell you what's going on, so that way you can help. The solution to this is to steal the pocket watch owned by Mr. Witch.
Yes.
Mr. Witch.
Yeah. We already. Yeah, we. Yeah.
I immediately forgot which one is which. That's funny.
Hey.
But stealing the pocket watch of Mr. Witch, which would happen at the ending ceremony where the Witchlight Monarch is crowned. He sent you to go get some assistance from some people that he knows are good people, which includes Candlefoot, the mime. In your travels, you also stumble across the mermaid that as you now know, Candlefoot once attempted to propose to when his voice was stolen by another quirky little character you met named Kettlesteam, who stole the mime's voice at a very unfortunate moment for him.
Yeah, that was rough, buddy. Grant.
Can you type any lighter there, bud?
I thought I was muted. Look, it's been a little while. We're a little out of practice.
No,
okay?
it's all good.
Mulligan.
Yeah, okay, so you start typing again. So you catch Kettlesteam after they had thrown some barbs out at the mermaid to kind of distract them from their performance. But you catch them, get them to return the voice to Candlefoot, and all agree to kind of work together to steal the watch from Mr. Witch at the end ceremony. Now, in order to do that, one of you needs to be the monarch, because they're most of the time Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are together. At the end ceremony, Mr. Light will be on stage and Mr. Witch will be off stage. And there will be a brief moment when they move from off stage to on stage that you'll have an opportunity to pickpocket that watch. The important things to know are, you just very stealthily mug him. Hopefully. Or you could do it violently, I suppose, but it would be a real bummer.
We're already the monarch, though, right? So, like...
You aren't yet.
That would ruin our chances.
Yeah, so if one of you is on stage and then some of you are backstage, you'll have the help of the others. It is connected by a silver chain, so you're going to need either some thieves' tools or like a knife or something to cut the chain. Something along those lines. You will have the help of Kettlesteam. Kettlesteam is a pretty good thief, pretty fast hands. Burley is strong. Candlefoot is clever.
And I happen to know thieves can't.
Yes, you do. And you are proficient in lawyer speak.
I am.
In law jargon. That brings me to the last pointer before we actually get into it. Normally, you guys have black and red chips that allow you to remember something about yourself or another person. That's a little different in this episode. You will have red and black chips. The red chip allows you to guess your own class. The black chip allows you to guess someone else's class. If you are right, I will reveal your character to the world, because you guys need to be able to level up, and I don't want to do it for you. So until all characters are revealed, that's what the chips will be going for. I haven't thought this through. I'm into it.
I feel pretty comfortable at level 1. What do you guys think?
I'm down. Just stay there for the rest of the time. I'm in.
Yeah. It's easier to remember everything.
The problem is that I genuinely have no clue what class I am.
I have an idea of what I am.
I would like to cast my black chip. Just kidding. I have no clue. I'm clueless.
If anyone would like to cash in their chips now, I am willing to do it before we get too deep through your prepared.
Go for it, Drew. What you got?
Could I cast in a red chip to make a guess about myself?
You absolutely may.
Wait. Danger music.
I don't have music going. I'm sorry. DM, am I a fighter?
You are indeed a fighter.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, ooh, what a theme. So you already have all of your stats. You already have all of your proficiencies. You are proficient in strength and con saves because you're a fighter. Weapons wise, you have a lance, a trident, and a light crossbow.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice. A lance and a trident.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
You are human, an elderly human. And you are also a variant human, which means that you have... Wait, no, I'm a liar. You're not a variant human, but you do have the fighting style superior technique. You have a one of the fancy little battle master abilities. So you have superior technique, which is a 1d6 of tactical assessment. So when you make an investigation, history, or insight check, you can expend your superiority die and add it to the roll.
Okay.
Look at that.
What an ability. Also, I'll tell you right
Not
now,
bad.
I mentioned your character was based off of a book character. I based your character off of Don Quixote from Don Quixote. I don't know if anyone has ever seen it, but it is a very famous book. And it is about an old man who fights a windmill because he thinks it's a monster.
DonQuixote.
Well, you didn't need the H. But read Don Quixote. It's a fantastic book.
I was
about
guessing.
A delusional old man who read a bunch of fantasy novels.
There you go. Very nice.
How do you actually spell Don Quixote?
Well, you had it right. You just had an extra H in there.
Oh,
XOTE is how it's the end of
wow.
Quixote.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
if there's nothing else,
well, let's see.
you got some stuff. You got it. Check your stats, everybody. Let's get this out of the way fast.
Really?
Crowd. If the crowd has any guesses, feel free to shout them out.
I'll do
Octane,
a
what
red
you got?
chip.
Red chip for DJ.
Am I a ranger?
You are a ranger.
Dude,
I can't believe I guessed that.
I kind of figured that's.
Oh
what
my
you
god!
Oh my gosh!
So
Good job, dude.
It was the expertise in survival that really clued me in. I can't believe that I got that.
You are a ranger. You're using the new ranger stuff, not from the player's handbook, because the player's handbook ranger sucks. So you have, first of all, 12 in strength, and you are proficient in athletics. Those are two things that I don't think you knew.
Okay.
Your intelligence is an 8 for a -1.
Great.
And you are also proficient in nature.
Ooh, nice.
You have 2 scimitars and a long bow. And you have a favored foe, which allows you to, on hit, the first hit each turn, add 1d4 damage. Basically, so when you hit someone, you can mark them as your favored foe. And then you deal an extra d4 damage on your first hit. And you can use that twice per short or long rest. I don't entirely know. You can look it up in the meantime. And you also have Deft Explorer. I'm pretty sure that just gives you a double proficiency in survival. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Nice.
Sorry,
go ahead.
You also know Common, Sylvan, Elvish, and Deep Speech.
Deep speech, eh?
What
Yep.
is Common, Sylvan, Deep Speech, and what?
Elvish,
Elvish.
because you are a centaur.
Wait, does this
Proficiency
mean that
of
we
language.
can see each other now though?
Yeah, if you know what your class and everything is, then you have a full view of what your character looks like.
Go.
Grant, I'm ready.
Grant,
I am afraid. Here's my problem, guys, and maybe I shouldn't. Well, I'm definitely casting in the red chip because I don't want to get FOMO.
And now let's be clear here. You kind of have 3 chances because they can also try to guess your class.
Okay, good. So here's the thing, guys. I'm pretty sure I know I can cast spells. I know that I have a good wisdom and a good constitution. Goodish. I can't remember exactly which spellcasters are wisdom based. I think maybe don't tell me. I'm gonna guess, and if it's super wrong, it's just kind of funny. My red chip guess. It's a long shot, bro. Ready?
I'm
It's a
ready.
Cleric. Am I a cleric?
You are a cleric.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
How did I know?
As a first level cleric, you already have your domain. I chose it for you.
My freaking convict, therapist.
Oh yeah, buddy. And here's what makes it so great about this convict therapist. You are a knowledge domain cleric.
No way.
That's why he's so good at trivia night.
Yep.
Oh
so
my
you
gosh,
have,
it's true.
I believe it is knowledge. I'll need to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's the knowledge domain. So you have double proficiency in Arcana and Religion.
Whoa.
I believe you already have your intelligence as a plus 0. You should have all your stats, I think. You are also proficient in Medicine and Insight.
Medicine and Insight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was so gonna call you out, Grant, because if you didn't get that, I was just gonna be like, been playing D&D for over a decade, folks.
I got it though. I'm so smart.
You have a mace and a musket as your weapons.
Okay.
The only two languages that you speak are Common and Infernal.
What is infertile language?
Infernal. Like,
I thought you said infertile. I was like, I'm bad with women.
No.
You are bad with women.
Infernal and common.
Yep.
Well, okay, great. Okay, double proficiency in Arcana and what was the other one? I'm so sorry, guys.
Arcana and Religion.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, sweet, got it.
And then I will also send you a picture, but I'll read off really quick what your spells are. You have 3 cantrips: Spare the Dying, Light, and Guidance. And then you also have first level spells. Your class gives you Command and Identify. And then you also have Cure Wounds, Healing Word, Bless, and Guiding Bolt, as well as Sleep from your chip that was cashed in earlier. And 2 spell slots. So
all right, that's good.
I will send you this in message form, so that way you don't have to. I don't have to keep repeating everything like that. So
I can't believe we actually know our classes now. That's huge. That means we can use our other black chip to change the class of one other party member.
Not how that works.
That's right. That's exactly right. In this moment, we need a rogue.
Not at all how that works. All right,
DJ, you're a wizard. Just kidding.
Woo!
I like how I talked that this is the campaign where no one knows who they are. Immediately guess every single one.
That's not true. This is the 3rd session.
Mine felt like a shot in the dark. I'm genuinely proud of myself. That was a great experience.
When it was revealed that you were a therapist, I wept. I'm like, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened in my life. I nailed it.
Oh, it's so funny.
So, let's get into playing the game. Currently, you are with Candlefoot, Kettle Steam. They're talking about the plan, and basically, it ends up with them being like, "All right, one of you needs to become the monarch, and then the rest of you will basically ambush Mr. Witch before he gets on stage in the big talk. So whoever's monarch kind of needs to hold up on stage as long as they can."
Oh, no.
To give them extra time
gosh.
Steal from Mr. Witch.
That's amazing.
Okay. I'm not saying anything, but I got a whole hour-long special that I can riff. Comedy special.
Yes. You've been preparing for that Netflix special one day.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
I've been putting in the years of work. I've traveled to all the different cities. We're going back to Houston, baby, my hometown. I don't know why I chose Houston as my hometown.
Yikes.
We're doing it. And I'm ready to. Hey, if you guys live in Houston, good for you guys.
Yeah, shout out to our Houston watchers.
That's right. Don't let them discourage you. But I'm ready if we so need that. If somebody else wants to do it, that's fine too. Totally fine with
Hey, now DM to clarify, how soon is the crown ceremony happening?
It would be about 3 hours from now.
Okay.
So you have some time. Basically, you guys need to spread as much joy as possible to ensure that at least one of you is crowned monarch.
Is the candidate. But then once we find out whichever of the 3 of us is that person, somebody else has to distract Dr. Witch.
Whoever
Witch.
goes up on stage needs to hold the audience's attention long enough that they can't award you anything. So that way the rest of you can sneak around and steal the watch from Mr. Witch.
So we have to have so much stage presence that they don't want to, that the people hosting the show don't want to interrupt me making the show better, basically.
Yeah, and you can do it being
assume that you're gonna be monarch.
No. I was just saying that as an example of because I have to think through this as myself for a moment. I don't think I should be the person up there.
I think
let's agree to try to get DJ's character.
Definitely send Grant up with his
definitely not me.
Charisma.
Well, okay, DJ, what's your charisma?
My charisma is a 10.
Maybe we should send me
It's
up
better
there.
than 7.
My charisma's
Maybe,
a 14.
An old man just rambling on about conspiracies, and
my
everybody's
word.
like so
Yes.
enthralled
This
by
sounds-
it.
I just go into just a ridiculous
yeah.
monologue about how the world used to be so much better back in the old days.
I remember when I was
My day.
The freaking Lorax.
I will say-
All right, DJ.
You can see each other, but your memories of who you are still very vague and fuzzy. So that is still yet to be developed. We'll see where that goes. But you,
All right, DJ. You had your hand up for like eons.
I did. I was going to ask our DM here if we thought that there was potential for the crowning ceremony to be done in this session, and if that was part of the plan. Okay. But then we decided that Drew was going to be the one. If we could, we were going to push Drew to be the monarch. So that means that I don't have to write a 5-minute comedy special while the rest of the is going on.
It's better if you're riffing anyway.
here's the thing.
I mean,
It
you
may
could still
not
write
be,
a 5-minute
it could
comedy
be
sketch if you
anyone.
want.
It isn't even necessarily you guys. I will tell you right now, you have moved the scale. You're currently 1 away from max happiness. And I'm pretty sure that it's pretty close to a tie between DJ and Drew right now.
We're
Grant,
2 away from
running
pure
up
ecstasy.
So you have some time to do maybe 1 or 2 more attractions. Candlefoot had also recommended that you stop by the lost property section.
Yes.
Because you, you have lost something yourselves, and B, because Durlaground is just a nice guy.
Plus,
And
maybe there's
is
some
willing
wallets
to
we can
help
look
you.
through.
Let's
Some
go
wallets.
visit Durlaground.
Let's do that.
We just watched the marriage. Let's go visit Durlaground.
That's
Also, just to be clear, it's okay. Whoever gets Monarch is good as long as it's not me.
come on, Grant. Come on, Grant.
That's-
Oh, it'd be so funny if it was Grant.
All right.
Though.
I mean,
Oh, man.
Let's go to
here's the thing.
Durlaground
Here's
or
the thing.
whatever.
It would be great if it was Grant's, but it can't be Tweedle.
Yes. Your character.
I would like to enter the carnival.
Already
You
in
never
the
know,
carnival.
man. You never know.
Who's Durlagrand?
Well, you're about to find out. You head towards a wagon that is situated near the center of the carnival. Outside the lost property wagon, there's a large feline creature with midnight blue fur. It has a pair of tentacles extending from its shoulders and wears fake butterfly wings. Hanging from its collar is a small wooden keg, and the creature kind of roughhouses around with these 2 young boys, kind of squealing, "Again,
Whoa, we gotta
Durla,
shut
again!"
that down.
While the other hangs around the creature's neck. You can tell that it's very clearly like it's like a big friendly animal that knows what it's doing. It's like hanging out with kids.
Okay, not weird. Good.
No. Durlaground, as you can tell by the cry of the kid who's like, again, Durla, is a displacer beast. You can tell that most likely their job is to look after stray children who get lost at the carnival and take care of anything that gets lost. They're like a lost and found keeper, basically.
Can you imagine having a pet displacer beast?
And you can also see that on the keg around its neck, which normally, like for mountain dogs and stuff, would have like a strong liquor. It has a picture of an apple on it, so you think that it's probably just apple juice.
It's definitely like hard apple cider.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's the good stuff.
Yeah, and so Durlaground is kind of playing around these 2 kids, keeping them distracted while they are apparently lost. What do you guys like to
do? We think that the kids are lost? Do we help Durlaground? I'm guessing that's Durlaground. And do we think that we should help him or?
Well,
What? They look pretty happy.
We help him.
Well, we could like look for the parents, you know.
Hey, also, is it just me or does Spliff McKenzie? You look different. I know my eyes are
what
getting
is
old.
that?
But
Gosh, I can see my hands. Oh my gosh, Don, you're a human. I can see you. Look. I like squeeze Don's cheeks. You have a beard.
oh, look at that.
You're old. You're like ancient.
Yeah, I suddenly feel very old.
Oh my gosh!
But you're not like the stringy jacked like other old
honestly,
people. You're like
being a blob was kind of
jacked.
nice, because now my voice is like raspy and stuff.
Oh man, I like it.
Yeah, you did go from like, hello.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. Those kids, they look pretty happy. How can we maximize happiness? What do these kids need, or candy?
Wait, can I?
We think we need to hype them up on sugar.
I mean, we're trying to maximize happiness.
DM.
They would probably hate to see their parents right now.
I'm a grandpa. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have spare
Red
candy?
chip.
Yeah, you have a Werther's Original.
Yeah.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free Werther's Original.
I walk up. I begin to hobble my way. I like leaning on my lance. I hobble my way forward.
Also, I will state your lance is bent, so it is straight, and then it has like a lightning bend to it.
Oh, okay.
That makes it point, and it just not right.
Interesting. Okay. I have a lance of lightning.
No, it's just a lance that's bent.
It's just
maybe in your mind it's a lance of lightning, but it's just a bent lance.
Oh, 100%.
A few too many times.
In Don's mind, this is his legendary weapon of old.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he starts hobbling his way forward.
As you approach the kids, they don't really notice you. They're playing around on this massive Leviathan creature. That is roughly the size of a horse. Like it's big. Like it is a big animal.
Not as big as Spliff McKenzie.
That is true. Spliff McKenzie is a horse and a person.
Probably not
a whole
as
head
big as
taller.
Tweedle either, since Tweedle's a whole hippo.
Actually,
that is
I am a
maybe
hippo.
true. They're probably around equal in weight. They're pretty big. But Durlaground turns towards you and goes, "Have you lost something?"
Oh, yes, I have. But don't worry about that for now. Dear children. I can't focus when you guys are doing that.
That was not the voice I was expecting at all. That was so majestic and amazing. Oh my gosh.
This is like the Aslan of the carnival.
Oh my god.
He looks at me and he's like, "Children, we must go. Your brother awaits us."
Get to the part where you're offering the kids candy.
At some point in time, he's stabbed by a witch, and then he wakes up and he's like, "Ride me!" And he gallops away.
Oh my goodness! Can this guy be Don's mount?
You just need to say, "Do not quote the old text to me, witch. I was there when it was written."
"Do not speak the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when
Mr.
it was
Witch.
written."
It's Mr. Witch here.
Yeah, Mr. Witch is the
Mr. Witch.
Dr. Witch.
Oh, that was amazing.
I was just out. These lost children. I was wondering if they perhaps would want a piece of candy. I strangely have these old Werther's Originals. I don't know where I got them.
This old man walking up to these like parentless kids offering candy.
So Durlaground is gonna look at you. But Durlaground has a very good insight and realizes that you just are a very old, well-intentioned but kind of crazy man.
Hey, kids, want some candy like that?
And he looks at them. At this point in time, the kids have noticed you and have kind of hidden behind Durlaground, like their little eyes peek up over his side. And he leans down to them and he says, "Vero Alwyn, he's a right man, I think. Would you like? I think it's sugar-free. Your parents would probably be all right with it." And they look at it and they like kind of look at each other and talk to him, and then they sneak around over to you and kind of like shyly hold out their hand for
I very slowly kneel down to one knee and say, "Oh, here you are. There's one for you. And there's one for you, young lad."
They both like snatch it and they give a really quick thank you and then run back around to the side of Durla.
Okay,
if the Chestnut King is on this end of the spectrum,
here. That's right.
We're like,
so true.
We hate the Chestnut King, but I can listen to this.
The Chestnut King is amazing.
I also want you to know,
don't
I'm
speak
making
such
it canonical now.
here.
They're friends. They know each other.
Oh, 100%.
And they both know that each other's voices are fake.
100%. Absolutely. They're both. In reality, they both just talk like me. And
they just want to feel.
Wow, this is getting.
They just want to give off a good impression when they meet people.
I think my character is a little infatuated with this character.
Absolutely.
If you would like to try to romance the displacer beast,
oh,
I won't stop you.
That could improve happiness.
You never know.
Anyway,
it also could very much ruin it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what Don's cooking here. Let's see what Don can do.
Yeah. He says, "How can I help
be
you,
young
friend?"
and spry again. Sir Durlagran, I did have a question for you. Myself and my compatriots here, we have seemed to all have lost something of late.
Oh dear.
It seems that all of us, well, we woke up dead in a ditch about 30 miles outside the festival a couple days ago.
30 miles? Gosh.
We don't remember anything about ourselves after waking up. Only recently did I discover I'm an old man. Quite the tale.
Ooh. Well, and he kind of looks around. You can tell that he's kind of checking to see if anyone's listening into this conversation. And he says, "Well, it is true. There are some things that get lost at the carnival and are never found." And you can tell he's about to say more. And then out of the corner of your eye, you notice it at the same time he does. Kind of in the pile of lost and found things, one of the boys, specifically Vero, is about to touch this like shiny mirrored silver ball. But before he can touch it, Durlagran snatches the ball back and goes, "Stop that boy!" And the Vero immediately see him get really scared and just run away. He just disappears into the crowd of people.
Oh.
And Durla looks at, immediately you can see that his face is filled with regret.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like kind of at a loss for what to do.
Tweedle leans over to Skip. What is his name? Skip, right?
Spliff McKenzie.
Spliff.
Close enough.
He leans over to Spliff because I think we're like standing kind of off to the side just watching this happen, right? And he leans over and just goes, "No, this is good because that means that neither the lost and found guy or the kid's gonna get Monarch. So let's let it ride."
No, I mean that's true. Yeah, okay, I see your point. Absolutely. Like, we want to try and get Monarch, right? So like, we should go after the kid.
Oh, we could help the kid. Yeah, let's see what Don thinks.
Mr. Durlagran, if you would like, my compatriots and I are whispering behind us very loudly. If you want,
I noticed.
We could retrieve that lost child again for you. That way you don't have to leave the other one behind as you guard the lost and found.
If you could, I would greatly appreciate it. I have to stay here to watch Alwyn. Please, I'm not usually so prone to anger. If you could do this, I would be deeply in your debt.
It would be our honor. Leave it to us.
As I turn around and slowly hobble my way back over to Tweedle and Spliff.
Yeah, Don. Yeah, that was awesome.
If you don't mind, I feel suddenly old and slow. Could I perhaps get a ride on your back?
Okay. Yeah.
He's old, so it's okay.
Yeah. It's a charity thing, not a.
Yeah.
And he definitely rides with both legs on one side.
Yeah, he rides side saddle.
He rides side saddle. Yeah, exactly.
See, I like to imagine as soon as Don mounts Spliff and he's on a horse yet again, suddenly it's like he's a younger man again.
Oh, suddenly,
Yeah.
He's
the
like,
moment
he's like,
all of a sudden-
Dawn is on a horse or a mount of any kind, sometimes you'll look over and you'll have like a vision of what he views himself as, which is this like grand, like picturesque noble knight,
Long blonde flowing hair behind him, like a
Fabio-esque
mane.
hair blowing in the
As
wind,
he's
and then you'll
charging
like, yep,
in the joust.
and you'll like, and then you'll blink, and he's just there, and he's like. He just like has his lance. It's like bent at the end. He has like a little shield with him.
That's pretty good.
Aaron, just because I am curious, if I pull out my trident, is my trident crooked as well?
Yeah, it's like a Y, and it is a trident, but the middle one is missing, so it's actually a bident, and it's kind of bent.
His name is Joe.
It's a wident.
Joe.
Yeah, it's a wident.
Joe the Bident.
Joe the
Hey,
Biden.
after he gets ride, I want to ride.
I mean, he's got room for two.
I
Or
can't
one
fit a
if
hippo
you
on-
count like 800 pounds of hippo.
I can't. Tweedle,
Fair
you're
enough.
As big as me. Can't put you on my back. I'll die.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
any character who is going to search for Vero, I need you to make a perception check.
All right, time to get the dice out.
Grant, I think that's a you thing.
Grant
Wait, you
is
want me
probably
to
our
search?
best bet here.
I have an
I mean,
8
all of you
in wisdom, so
can search, or one of you can give another person advantage.
Dawn,
Can
I-
Tweedle.
with the
advantage.
power of animal handling, can I give Spliff advantage?
Yes. Here's the thing. This is what I'll say. Actually, I am going to have Dawn roll because you have a higher vantage point.
Yeah.
You're on the back of this horse. I'll give you a roll with advantage. Grant, you have a normal roll.
Okay, but I would like to be walking around going, happiness, get your happiness here. Happiness. That's what I'm doing as if I'm a vendor
So
of
sounds like
happiness.
you're selling drugs.
And
And
Oh my God.
just to double check.
I'm
yeah.
thinking, what does a kid want to be happy? Happiness. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, you're trying to lure a child by saying the
lure
word
a child
happiness.
by saying the word happiness.
I like it. How we doing, Drew?
Safety, stability.
Oh boy, Don, how
I
are we
really wish
doing?
DJ was the one who got a roll. hey,
Come on,
Tweedle,
where's that
please tell me
McCown's
you rolled
blood?
well.
How you
Wait,
doing?
is this investigation?
No, it's
No,
perception,
Perception.
and you
Oh.
are proficient in that.
And you have
Uh-huh.
good wisdom.
Oh wait, no, you're not. That's insight.
No,
I'm a
I'm
liar.
not.
You are not
This
proficient
is
in
good.
perception.
but you have a good
Yeah.
you have a good wisdom.
No, I got a solid 5.
Okay, I like it. How we doing over there, Drew?
Well, on one of my die, I rolled a 2.
Okay, So
And
that's
then
like
on
a
my
1.
other die, I rolled a 2.
So that's still
And so that's a high of 2 with my proficiency with my wisdom of 8, so minus 1 of 1.
Okay, fantastic. DJ, would you also like to roll a perception check?
I would love to. I got a 20.
Well, fantastic. So let me tell you, Dawn.
The McCombs
First of all,
brothers strike again.
people. This is the problem. I'll start with I already forgot his name. What's Grant's character?
Yo.
Tweedle.
I'll start with Tweedle. Tweedle, your ploy works too well.
Really?
People are actively gathering around you, trying to figure out what you're selling.
Happiness.
And they're like-
give me
they're
your
like-
happiness.
They're like, "Hey, you can punch my ticket. I'll take whatever you're selling."
All right. I start punching tickets.
Where did you get a ticket puncher?
I just have one.
It's just.
I
with
would like
his
to
tooth.
spend
It's like a little
Sean.
peanut.
Yeah.
So-
I just with my hippo tooth.
Yeah, it's just one really big bite.
Cool.
It's about 4 punches worth of a bite.
100%. People are excited to see you there. And so it's working a little too well, and it makes it very hard to find this child. Dawn, you realize an unfortunate thing. You have cataracts. And it is so hard to see things. You're up there, the lights in your eyes,
I was gonna
and
say,
you're like,
all the people crowding around Tweedle, who I imagine is still close to us, like all the armor is like shining directly into my eyes. Like,
and so you're like, and you're also trying to like not hit people with your lance.
Yeah.
And like and so you're caught up in stuff. Meanwhile, Spliff McKenzie, you do a little bit of thinking. First of all, you're a ranger, and so you are accustomed to tracking, to finding the smallest hint of where a person would be. You like kind of kneel down, your front legs kneel towards the ground. You look at the ground. You remember you ran off in this direction, and then you think real hard about it, and you have a flashback of a memory that just happened a little bit ago, and specifically from Dawn saying, "Do you want some candy?" And you look over, and there's a whole candy booth directly in the direction where this child ran. And you think about it real hard, and you go, kids like candy. Huh. And you walk over there. It's like 5 feet. And there he is. He's just right there.
My intelligence of 8 is working so hard.
Your two brain cells are like, this is you had like a collider in your brain, and most of the time they just whiz past each other. Finally they made contact.
Woo! You guys look as Spliff like slowly starts making his way over. His face is like bright red from holding his breath, trying to think as hard as he could. He looks like he's like he looks like he needs to take a dump. Is really what it looks like.
No. Spliff, breathe.
I got it. The candy booth. It all makes.
Guys, what do I do? What do I do? They just want something from me. I don't know what they want.
I'm messing around. We got the candy booth.
I'm trying to get out of this, man. They're getting angry.
Daniel doesn't probably want to work.
Still on Tweedle. I raise my lance up high and I say, hear ye, festival goers
happiness
and champions of happiness. Hear my call for candy. Charge! And
I would love you to roll a persuasion check with advantage, because you are going to just control the crowds here with your mastering presence.
Who can write the sunrise?
Okay, that would be a 19 DM.
The Candy Man.
19,
I start getting the
19.
crowd to sing.
Suddenly, in your mind, how you view this scene is your legion of warriors stand at your back.
That's right.
You turn to address your adoring soldiers. You call them forward to a path of justice, leading you to save this child from the throngs of hell that bequeath their destruction upon the world. You guide them to the candy store. And it's like a very procedural, nice line as you kind of just walk over there. But in your head, you're charging the field right now.
I'll say punching tickets.
Charge of the candy booth.
Yeah. You lead the charge. And sure enough, Vero is at the candy booth. He looks a little bit down, but he has been given free candy, so he's kind of gotten over it.
Is there a guy that's running the candy booth?
Yeah, there's a guy.
Wait, you don't have to. Is to see a named NPC?
No.
Great. I go over to the candy shop guy. I lean down as Don, has his parade behind him. I'm just like, listen, man, I'm really sorry about this, but like, we got a whole crowd of people who want candy, and we just
it's good. It's great. This happens all the time. Sometimes look, we'll right next to the lost and found. Parents drop their kids off to go get food there all the time, so they run over here to the candy shop. And I figure, hey, it's not going to hurt anyone to give a little bit of free candy away.
So it's free candy, right?
Well, no, just for children, and specifically ones who look pretty sad, like this kid over here. He looked really upset about what was going on, and so I figured, hey, throw him a little candy. Cheer up his day a little bit. Let's try to keep everything happy over here. You know.
How much for all the candy you have?
That's tough. That is pretty tough.
I slide a gold coin across the table.
Okay. Now I'll tell you right now, we don't normally accept gold. Normally it's ticket punches.
Oh, I got those too. I got 8 ticket punches. Is that
and
enough?
It looks like, I'm going to tell you right now, people are going to be really upset if you just buy all the candy. Like, you got everybody, throng of people behind you.
Form a single file line. Single file line.
We already charged the punches.
So okay. No. So, but they punch the cards, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just see anyone who shows up with a punch card in the next 5 minutes. It looks like they're following you. I'll just give it to them.
Tweedle walks over to their conversation. I got a whole crowd of people that are expecting candy.
Your friend,
we gotta make this happen.
It seems like I'm pretty sure we got it covered. Actually,
all right, everybody, this way, single file. We're gonna get to your candy.
They're like, woo!
I don't know why I started talking this way, but this is my salesman.
The
voice.
accent wears onto other people. You know,
Tweedle,
what's gonna happen?
You handle the crowd. You handle the crowd, Tweedle.
On it.
And then
I keep punching tickets.
My way over to Vero.
Yeah, Vero is currently eating what appears to be cotton candy in the shape of a fairy. Like it's shaped.
I don't know how much I like that. That seems, for like a Fae carnival, that seems almost like giving away like human shaped.
Yeah, a shaped like a hand or an ear. Yeah, it would be weird. Yeah, that's a thing. Though.
Weird. Yeah, I don't like that. Anyway. Are you Vero?
Yeah.
How's it going, little man?
Sometimes you forget how big an animal is, and it's real scary when they. And I don't like when people yell.
Yeah, I don't like when people yell either. And as I'm doing this, I'm like getting down on all fours, so I'm like laying down next to him. Yeah. I bumped Dawn off me at one point too.
Yeah, It takes you like a solid 2 minutes to stand up.
Yep.
You're like leaning hard.
I just lay there for a minute, just like, is this my life now?
I like the idea of Spliff doing the horse kneel with the legs, and then Dawn just there.
just ragdoll laying on the ground.
I'll lean over to Vera. Baba Yaga.
To the ground.
To the ground. He's really sorry. It was kind of a quick thing. He didn't mean to yell at you. He just that orb was pretty dangerous. He was scared for you. Made him scared, and when he's scared, he can be a little scary. I get it. Totally get it. So he didn't want to scare you. He wanted you to know that. And so he's really sorry. And if you want, I'd love to give you a ride back, so he can keep watching you. Or I'm happy to help you find your parents if you want. I'd love to help you out, man. It'd be great. We'll get some more cotton candy.
They told me and Alwyn to wait by the wagon, so they'll be there in a little bit. I think they're getting some food. So I know that Durla's a good kitty, so I know. I'm sure Alwyn's lonely, so I'll go back.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm sure he'll like that. Here, and I just grab another piece of what's the most extravagant looking piece of candy that we got here outside of cotton candy?
Outside of cotton candy,
Krabby Patty.
There is not a Krabby Patty.
Oh, those gummies, man.
Submarine.
I want there. Is there like a chocolate? You know how there's chocolate bunnies? I want there to be a chocolate.
There's a there's something similar to a chocolate bunny. It's a chocolate almirage. Almirage is a rabbit with a unicorn horn.
Ooh, I'll grab a big chocolate almirage.
Fantastic. And he says, "You're gonna have to punch your card for that."
Yeah.
Just so you know, you got it. Okay, I mean it's good. Wait, is it for you? Or is it for the kid?
It's for the kid.
Let's throw him another one. I'm sure it'll be fine.
They're the best.
I get paid just for being here, so it's whatever, really.
Hey, hourly workers! Woo!
Usually it's because when you hire
Don
like street vendors, you usually have to you hire them on like a notion of like a minimum pay.
Yeah,
so like
I'm gonna ignore Don.
Don's here and he's like, back in my day,
just on the
people had
ground.
better work ethic than this. This disgusts me. This is the problem with the younger generation.
This is for you and Alvarez. Alvin. It's for you and Alvin to share. Okay, why don't you go help him? Why don't you go share that with them?
Yeah, Vero's eyes light up, and he kind of stands up and he kind of wipes away his tears, and he says, "Can I have a ride back? I like horses."
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. And I'll pick him up. I'll put him on my shoulders. He's riding my shoulder while riding the horse.
Absolutely. In one hand, he has cotton candy, and the other an Amarage, and he goes,
and he still has like tear stains.
I'm so tall.
Aww, that's so sweet.
We'll trot back. At one point, we won't take like the most direct route because that's like a 30-second run. No, we'll give him a little bit of a trot. We'll take him around one of the booths. We'll never gallop, but just enough that he's kind of like bouncing around.
I assume that this is just a dressage performance. Do you know what dressage is? It's it's when the horses dance. The fancy steps and everything, and it's like in time to music.
Yes, absolutely.
Can I actually just have you roll a performance check? I'll let you use strength performance for it though. Actually, no, charisma with athletics. Charisma, if you're proficient in athletics, you can add your athletics bonus.
But I'm already proficient in performance.
Oh, then fantastic. You can do that one too.
Can I do the strength performance?
Yeah, go for it. Live your dream.
Yeah. Nice. Oh crap. Okay.
Why is DJ suddenly much worse at rolling dice now that he's no
5, huh? Wow, we've had a lot of 5s tonight. Well, it doesn't impress the crowd, but the kid is having a blast.
Well, good, as long as the kid is. At one point, I like almost tripped and like kind of had to like catch him. I'm like, we saw that, right? All right. Yeah, we're good.
Everybody saw it.
You head back over to the Lost and Found. Tweedle, you are finally wrapping up with people. You've finally managed to get them to self-assemble and like inform the rest of the line what's happening. So you start heading back.
Well, Tweedle will stumble over to Dawn all disheveled. Oh, yeah. Because Dawn's probably still laying on the floor.
Yeah, so Dawn is still... You walk over to Dawn.
Is just making, like,
there is a carny there with, like, the wings and everything kind of outfit. And they're like, excuse me, sir, do you need any help? We can call someone for you. Is there any way that we can help you today,
Move! Get out of the way!
Okay, there's
Dawn
no need to...
gets on the ground and he's like, Dawn, buddy, are you dead? Come on, wake up, man. Wake up, man. Are you dead?
No, sir. Sir, he's not... I think he's okay. I think he's just old. No, don't go into that. That's just the lights of the carnival.
He does it all the time.
So this is normal?
Is that a...
Well,
wait, is that just
I think
fairy?
so.
Oh, no, that's just a... That's...
All right, Don, we gotta go, man. Making people happy is hard work, man.
Are you his registered guardian?
I
basically at this point
keep a
strong and
eye
proudly,
on him.
and I accidentally sprained my ankle somewhat in the process.
Well, the other helper just kind of left.
Okay, well, that sounds like a problem for you to deal with yourselves.
Tweedle, my lad.
Mm-hmm.
I just reach up a weak hand towards your big hippo face.
Tweedle.
Yeah. What, you want a glass of water or something? What? Spit it out.
Tweedle, I need the strength of your arms. Carry me.
Look, you can do that to Spliff, but I don't do that part.
I said carry me.
Look,
Excuse it, sir. There's no need for an outburst here. If you need a cane or a walker, we will be happy to accommodate you.
You know what? Is there like a wheelchair, a sentient wheelchair or something?
We do have a living tree stump that functions as.
How about that? You want a
Does that
stump, buddy?
Does that count as a mount?
Yes.
A tree stump. I picture that it just like wriggles with its little
Yeah,
roots.
it's
and he just sits on
Way
it.
too much fun just being a senile old man right now.
It's like the chair from episode 1 of Star Wars, where the guy sits in the little chair with the legs. That's him now.
Oh boy.
So they kind of.
All right,
we'll
take that. We'll take
they
that.
They hold up a hand and do some thieves can't hand signs, which you can read, that just says
I understand.
"Old man down, need a chair, stat."
I'll also sign and some water.
And they look at you and they go, "Oh, I didn't know. Have you ever been in a?"
I think I grew up in the city or something.
By the time this happens,
okay, all right.
Dawn
that's
has
fair.
forgotten what they are doing and is just walking.
Yeah, Dawn started up. They're like, "Sir." The chair
Dawn.
starts running up and actually kind of bumps you in the back, so you just kind of fall into the chair.
Just fall into it.
And you're like,
That's
it's
sick.
pretty comfortable. It's a nice chair.
Yeah, as soon as I'm in the like at first he's just like,
Thieves can't thank you.
Yeah, they're like, by all means, please keep a closer eye on your charge. We wouldn't want anyone to be lost or hurt here at the carnival.
Yeah, Tweedle.
Have a fantastic rest of your night.
Sorry,
here at the Witchlight,
won't happen again.
Witchlight Carnival.
Word.
Goodbye.
Also,
and then
this
they just turn into sand in the wind. They just
Whoa, that's cool.
dust sand and they're gone.
That was amazing. The
All
Thieves
right.
King also reminds me, I'm taking an American Sign Language class right now.
Oh, nice.
Show us how to say yes.
Do a trick.
Nice.
Well,
Do a trick.
a-
No,
as
that's awesome.
we're- as
Actually,
we're going
that's
along-
really
I
good,
haven't
DJ.
started the course yet, but I'm signed up for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
as we're going along and we're catching up with Spliff McKenzie as he's returning the kid. Dawn talking to the chair will just say,
I think I'm going to name you Gerald. You will be my
The-
greatest steed yet. I will ride you into battle of many victories.
The
What does he see in
armrest
his
of the
head?
chair.
DM?
Right now he is on a small pony, but it's like a thoroughbred, beautiful, like purebred, incredible, beautiful horse. Just a very small one.
oh my word.
In the distance,
A
Split
saddle
feels a
gilded in
shiver.
gold.
in
I
the distance,
wish.
Split feels a shiver go down his spine as he's like, I've been usurped.
But you do notice that this chair has some notable benefits. One, it has a cup holder. Two, it has a heated seat option.
A
That one-
back massage.
It has a massage function. It's recommended not to use the heated seat function because it is made out of wood.
Sure.
And it has a movement speed exactly equal to your movement speed.
Whoa, crazy. As soon as I find out that it has a cup holder, I say, Tweedle, we have a grave mission ahead of us. As I start to just veer off and take a detour towards the nearest drinking, the nearest
It actually
vendor.
has a glass in it because Tweedle had.
Oh, that's
asked
right. He
for a
did
glass
request.
of water.
Yeah, he did request.
So yeah,
some
so
water.
you
Hey,
do have.
Don,
It's actually
we-
it's carbonated water.
Ooh.
It goes down
Maybe
better.
it's-
It also has an option for a prune juice as well. That's 2 cups.
Nice.
Look, buddy, other side. I already got you one.
Oh, thank you, my lad.
We gotta follow Spliff now, okay? And then we'll get you to bed.
You guys all end up back at the
How
lost
did we
property.
turn into? Can we leave Dawn at the lost property? Can we leave him?
Yeah, you could.
It's like house
Honestly, at
assist.
this point,
Oh my
I want
gosh, how did
Dawn.
this
I want
happen?
Dawn to be the one at the crowning ceremony, and then for him to die of a heart attack as soon as he gets to the crown.
You're like, oh my god, that would be a fantastic way to keep them off the stage.
That
If,
is true.
like-
Just fake a heart attack, just falls out of the
Just fake a
That's
heart attack, and then
gnarly.
it becomes a real heart
That's
attack.
messed up. That's
So-
so messed up. Oh my god.
That's
So-
terrible.
all of you head back to lost property. Durlaground is there. Alwyn is currently they're like worried, but also there's like this specifically. I want to show you a picture. This is Durlaground, like huge
he's got
wings
the
on
big
his back,
Wow.
beautiful black cat.
Butterfly rings.
Mm-hmm. And so the kid is pretty entertained regardless, but Durlaground does seem a little bit worried. But then he sees Vero on top of your shoulders above the crowd. And you can see relief immediately floods his face. And as you reach him, he says to you, "Thank you. I do not know what I would have done had Vera been lost. Their parents would have been terribly disappointed in me. Once again, I'm deeply in your debt. I'm sorry, Vero.
Don't worry about it, buddy. That's how it goes.
I did not mean to scare you. That mirrored ball is just very important to me. And I'd forgotten that I had left it within clear reach. Will you forgive me?" And Vera kind of looks down and actually jumps off of your shoulders to kind of land on the cat's like head. And then he hugs him, and it's like, "It's okay. I just got a little scared. Sorry for running." And then you see Alwyn peek around a wing and like poke him, and then he immediately forgets everything that just happened, and they go running around like playing tag around the lost property.
Aww.
Nice.
For finding Vero and successfully helping out Durlaground, the mood of the carnival goes up by 1. Congratulations.
We're the happiest people!
So it is at max happiness right now. You guys have done a fantastic job.
Maxiness.
So now one of us needs to sacrifice our happiness rating. That way the others can get even
Yeah.
happier.
So
Here's the question, though.
Here's the real question, though.
I have a question
Who
for
do
the
we
DM.
feel like is going to be the worst at robbing a person? Because I kind of feel like at this point it might be Dawn.
I'm the worst at robbing someone.
So Durla
Which is
will
why
look at
I
you.
need to be the distraction.
Yeah, you need to be on stage, and then everyone else rob him. Durla looks at you all and says, "Thank you, and your companions as well. Truth be told, I too lost something years ago. My cub, Star.
No.
Aw.
This he kind of nudges the ball over because he doesn't have opposable thumbs. He says this ball was his favorite toy, and it is all I have left of him now.
I'm so sorry.
I would say it's okay, but it's really not.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
Would you like to talk about it?
well, I kind of
He's a
am, and I'm on the clock right now. But tell me, is there some reason that you are here? Most people don't go to lost property. I know that you said that you had lost some pieces of yourselves. Unfortunately, I do not have any of them here.
I can't get over this voice. This is like the sexiest thing ever. This is this is amazing.
We might not know. We may have lost. I just did Edward. Hold on.
I.
We may have lost a bit of who we are. But I think we can all say that what we've learned is that people are what generates happiness. And so we're here for you. And you lost your cub, and that's heartbreaking. But look, there's so much room to still enjoy life. And also hold your lost cub near to your heart.
I still hold
And also
hope
we're gonna rob
that
the carnival.
I still hold hope that one day I will find him. I'm sure that he is not lost forever. I simply do not know where to look.
We might be able to find him.
If you ever come across a displaced beast like myself, in your journeys or travels going forward, I would appreciate if you were to find him. Tell him that I miss him.
Do you have a most recent picture or anything other than his favorite toy that we can maybe go off of?
Imagine me, but as a cub.
Follow-up question. That toy, is it one of those cool balls where it looks like it's floating in midair when you like move it around with your hands?
It is exactly that.
Oh, those are amazing! I've been looking for one.
My son never succeeded at it because we do not have opposable thumbs.
And they're fake. They're a scam.
Hey, don't take
Sorry.
away the magic.
That was insensitive.
What was the Cubs' name again?
Star.
Star. What a Durlaground sucks at naming things. It's like Durlaground and my son, Star.
I have many gifts. My mate was better at naming, but unfortunately, she died. So thanks for that, friend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Real
of course.
cool, bucko.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, that's in the book. The kid's name is Star. Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Blame Wizards of the Coast. Okay. Durla will kind of stand up at its full height, actually kind of almost at eye level with you. Yeah, Mr. Centaur. And kind of sniffs around you and says, "You have recently been in contact with Burley and Candlefoot and a wet bird?
Yes.
Strange company that you keep."
Well, you see, that was kind of actually why we came over to talk with you. They're like a back room place, kind of quiet, where maybe the higher ups aren't gonna listen in. I don't know if that's right here, but
don't worry, no one will listen to you here.
Great, love it. We're gonna rob the carnival. We know something's up. We know Mr. Light and Mr. Witch aren't being honest with us, with their team members. So we're gonna steal the watch off of Mr. Witch.
Okay.
And we were.
I thought something when you said rob the carnival. I assumed something much more dastardly.
No.
So you're going to steal the watch that keeps the carnival on time.
Exactly.
Yes. And we're going to use it as leverage.
So
we're starting a revolution.
Okay, well, let's calm it down.
Well, I don't know if we can go with a revolution. We're just trying.
How are the workers' rights here? We might have a case.
They're actually quite good. Insurance. We have paid vacation, paid
dental,
sick days, dental, eye, optometry.
Are they accepting applications?
Yes, all the time, actually. You can find them up at the front, but I fear that you may not have time, seeing as you have been chosen as Burley's pawns to attempt to save the carnival. Sorry,
I don't know.
Well, you may be more important pieces than pawns, but that was just the easiest.
I like to think of myself as kind of knightly, if I'm gonna admit.
That's very fair.
Nice.
All of you hold a very knightly stature.
Especially him, because he's literally a guy on a horse.
Yes, and your knight friend. Also, I can tell what you're going for.
So
you look fantastic for your age.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
I know I do.
He's still on the chair.
100% he's standing on the chair right now.
He's just getting a mobility chair now. It's awesome.
So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna use it as leverage to get Mr. Witch and Mr. Light to talk about it. We know there's something about the not Zabilna. That's it. She's an Archfey. What's the hag thing? The Hourglass Coven.
Hourglass Coven, yeah.
Yeah. We know there's something going on with that. My guess is they made a deal. It's not turning out great for them. The whole 9 yards. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna get it down to the bottom of it.
Well,
did you see my message?
I'm role playing here.
I have seen several things. I was originally raised by Fey nobles. Oh no.
All right, we're good. We're back.
Whoa.
Drew, is the audio better?
Ooh, nice.
That is an audio
Yeah, you
that's
just
much
switch
crispier now.
mics. Heck yeah.
Nice.
I
Heck yeah.
didn't notice it right away, so
Quality.
it's my fault. I apologize.
We went through an audio check and everything.
We did.
Wow, that's a
like the whole
difference.
time I was just thinking, man, I DJ's like sounds different than what I remember, but it's been a little while since so I don't know.
We got you can see it in the mirror. We got the mic going. We're good now. We're good. We got the good stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Fancy.
All right.
See, at the Paper Dungeon, we bring you the most quality possible production we can.
24/7, 365.
Happiness, everybody. Happiness.
I just need DJ and Grant to switch now again.
Yes, the what?
Switch.
Your camera switched to a different
I'll be there.
position.
I'll be there in...
Hey, how's it going, guys? Listen, Patreoneers.
Your mic is peaking aggressively. Turn that down, bucko. Ooh, boy.
Okay,
I'm like, oh my
Maybe
goodness.
turn down the gain a little bit.
Turn that down a little, just a smidge.
I'm a little closer than I normally am to it. How's that, guys?
Oh my gosh.
That's a bit better. I was a little concerned the moment
Yell
you
again.
turned that
Yell
down.
Yell.
Why is nothing working?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better.
That's
Yeah, we're
fine.
good.
That's fine.
Hey, guys.
Why is it not working?
Yeah?
Grant, you're DJ right now. What's going on?
I need to piddle.
Well, you can go. You're clearly not contributing.
I'll be right back.
Wow.
So, yeah, you can do whatever.
Roasting Grant. That's going to be a TikTok.
Durla is there and he says, I was raised in the Fae, and I know that the carnival has deep ties. You're right there. Some indigestion. Horses are unable to birth, so that makes sense.
We're
You're
good now.
colicking right now is what that would be called. Do centaurs colic?
I don't even know what that means.
So centaurs can't throw up or burp. So like, you know how like a baby, that's why you like pat babies on the back to like help to like burp them. Well, horses have that problem all the time. So just like babies, horses can colic and they can die from it. Do centaurs colic? Where's the centaur's stomach?
I'm sure that there's a book of
I've got
Fey
questions.
I'm willing to bet if you know of a book of Fey anatomy, just let us know. Drop it in the comment below. We want to know.
Like if a centaur drinks Dr. Pepper, will they just die?
No carbonated water for stiff.
Sorry, that was a tangent. I got real distracted there. But Durla says,
there has been some strange connections recently to the Feywild that I have felt. I'm unsure of their connection specifically as to where it leads or where the forces are coming from.
Do you happen to know anything or have heard of the Hourglass Coven before?
has he?
Does he? Does he know anything about
He
the
thinks and
Hourglass
he
Coven?
says,
That's a
no, I do not believe that I have heard that name before, but it sounds as though it would be a gathering of witches, just from hags.
Yes, it seems that this coven is that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have made a deal of some kind with them.
That is bad news. It is poor form to make deals with witches. It never turns out well.
Yes.
So,
Do you have any advice for stealing the watch?
Burley has probably told you the majority of it. He has a chain connected to the watch. You'll need a way to get rid of that.
Yeah. Do you have anything in Lost and Found that can break chains?
Or perhaps a key. Or key keeper. Keeper of the keys. Perhaps
He
custodian.
kind of like raises a paw and pat, like kind of moves around some of the stuff in Lost and Found.
It says, we have a dull knife, a butter knife, and some hairpins.
Hmm.
So maybe so you could probably. I would not recommend it as someone of noble status and also a member of this carnival. I do not encourage the use of thieves' tools in any regard. I think that they are poor form and lead to very bad. Although they themselves are not evil, they allow poor choices to be made much more easily.
Would you agree that maybe they can be used for good intentions?
I'm sure. I mean, locksmiths are very helpful, and they would use the same tools that a thief would.
I've been looking to get my lock checked out. Where might this locksmith be in the carnival if there is one?
We have no locksmith, but you could cobble together a set of thieves' tools from
out of the bobby pins.
Out of the various things in Lost and Found. I have a section of things that have not been found for at least 3 years, and those are pretty much free game.
Sounds great.
You're my language, Julie Round. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
While this whole thing has been happening, Don has floated on his chair over to the pile of Lost and Found, and is just like poking at it a little bit, and then he's like, "Oh, I think this is the third prong to my trident."
you pick up. It's a stick.
Oh my god!
It's just a stick.
He tapes the stick on.
Yes. If he finds like some duct tape, he takes like this metal, like this broken metal, like pole or whatever. Like clearly.
Yeah, it's just a piece of rebar.
Yeah, it's clearly not anything. And he just duct tape it.
There's a tiny bit of metal glue still in the pile. You're like, oh, how convenient. You also find a book of fairy tales.
Ooh.
That has the cover has been worn down so much that there isn't even a title, but it's just a bunch of like really old fairy tales that you feel as though you've probably read, but you don't remember anything about your past, so you don't remember any of them.
I
hold the book up. Mr. Doulagrand, how long has this book been here?
It has been here since as long as I have been here. No one has ever come to claim it.
Is it all right if I take it?
By all means.
Great. It just plops down in his chair and just starts reading.
It's fantastic. It's a nice little kid's book. Now specifically, the book is you got it. You guys assemble your thieves' tools. You can actually make a set of thieves' tool for all three of you just in case.
Huge. That's huge.
Nice.
I will state that there are two halves to this children's book of fairy tales. There's one half of it that are the children's fairy tales, and then there's the other half of it that are like the book of children's stories that I found in my mom's basement that was read to her as a kid. And the first time I opened it, the first sentence I read said, "In his grief, he turned to God." That was the first sentence of the book.
Awesome.
And it's right next to a picture of a father finding his son dead in the snow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay.
So we have Disney on one half and the Brothers Grimm on the other half.
Yeah, it's awesome. My brother, it was a series of 5 books. My brother opens another one. It's a girl watching her house burn to the ground. Every single one was devastating. They were terrible.
Oh my gosh.
And Mama was like,
Nice.
That sounds amazing.
Mama was like, my mom read me those books when I was a kid.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Shout out to my mom.
Good old grandma, not Cleberad, but your mother's maiden
Yep.
name.
Good old grandma.
Good old
Good
grandma.
old grandma.
Yep. So I'll be honest, this took longer than I expected. We have 2 choices.
We're doing a good job of stalling.
No, I mean, we're just role playing, dog. We're living the dream. I'll give you guys a choice. Would you like to do the game would go a little bit longer today, but you could do another kind of carnival event to try to gain some more happiness points and kind of see where it ends up. or we can just go to the Monarch Festival, like the crowning.
We've maxed out the happiness already.
We've maxed out the happiness.
We're ready
Yeah,
for a coronation.
I say we get crowned monarch. We make it happen, baby.
Fantastic. So, let me get to the right page. Yeah.
Okay, real quick, while Aaron's getting set up, which of us do you guys think, if we get monarch, will get monarch?
Please vote.
Are you asking the audience or us?
Well, no, I'm asking
yes.
you. I'm asking you two. Who do you think is going to get the freaking monarch?
I think it's gonna be me.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me. I could see it.
What do you think, Octane?
Yeah.
What do you?
I feel like it's Spliff. I
I
also
was also
I don't
gonna
know.
say Spliff.
I would like to give one extra piece of information. Durlaground escorts Mr. Witch from the back, so he will be next to Mr. Witch while you guys are trying to steal the watch. So he will be easily present.
Man.
You guys can
That's
also just tell me what you want your guests to do, like your assistants. You have Burley, you have Kettle Steam, you have Candlefoot. What you want them to do, they will do. So if you have a role that they would like to perform, tell me, and they will be performing that role.
What if we just had freaking Burley at the base of the stairs to the stage, like just where they like come up the stairs before they like open the curtain and step out on stage? We just had Burley standing there just being like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Witch."
He will not do that. He will not risk his job.
Okay.
I mean, oh gosh,
I don't really know if there's anything that I need them to do.
Maybe we need somebody to be the getaway.
Can Candlefoot assist whoever attempts to steal the pocket watch?
Yeah. Kettle's team might be a better choice because she's already a thief.
Oh,
she's pretty good at that, like stealth kind of
And
deal.
she doesn't work for the carnival, so she's not risking her job.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we'll have
the other ones can also just assist you as things go down. So they can be your assisted summons, basically.
Yeah,
the mime be in your stage
to help keep the crowd, like help vamp. If the crowd's about to wrap it up, the mime's job is to keep the show going.
Yeah, Candlefoot's going to be doing crowd work near the base of the stage to kind of like hype the people up, keep their attention distracted. Burley will be running interference for now, so he'll be watching to see if there are any outside factors that would prevent you guys or like see you guys stealing. And
if it goes wrong, sabotage.
Burley's the guy in the chair.
Yeah, Burley's your guy in the chair.
Nice.
Durlaground will be next to you, and then Kettle Steam will attempt to assist by either having you, like one of you guys, provide a distraction for Kettle Steam to go, or for Kettle Steam to provide a distraction or a handoff point to get the to the watch around.
Okay, just a second. Before we continue, friends, we'll have a little brief sit down with the boys, with the team. All right, guys. All right, it's about to go down.
Yeah, what you got, Spliff?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so we're gonna get the watch. My concern is, what do we do after we have the watch? Okay, are we running? Are we disappearing into the void and then we're just gonna show back up? Obviously, we have to end up talking to Mr. Light and Mr. Witch, right? To be like, yo, we got your watch. Time to fess up, you know? But like, I can't just like take his watch and then be like, all right, I got your watch. Now what you gonna do? You're gonna tell me everything, right? You know? So maybe we can like leave a letter with him, you know? Maybe we just like, we take the watch, we leave a letter that says, hey, you know, because the crowning ceremony is at midnight, right? Or no, that was the extravaganza, right? Whatever. Whenever the thing is, maybe we meet up an hour later at the big top or at the place where the staff open the area. There we go. Leave a letter. A little flip and switch, you know?
Yeah. A little letter. And then, yeah. Who's going to write it?
I'll write it.
I have a hard time writing. My hands are
worst
kind of
handwriting.
I was going to say, Don, like, just as soon as you mentioned writing something, he just something like possesses him, and as he just writes this beautiful calligraphy of Dear Sir Mr. Witch, we have
Red
stolen
chip.
your pocket watch.
No.
If you wish
Black
for
chip.
it to be returned to you, you must meet
You don't
me,
have
my
those at the moment.
compatriots in your secret
It is
meeting
like he
place.
uses a lot of like ye old and
Yeah.
like the like
Yeah,
medieval
yeah.
spelling.
Yeah, like,
Use
like
like
over
the
the top,
old
pocket watch.
like
Yep.
calligraphy, like yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
perfect.
like something you'd see in a stage play.
Yeah,
written by
somewhere
Shakespeare.
he gets a signet ring that and some sealing
Yeah.
wax that he uses to seal it.
It's a ring pop.
Yeah,
Nice.
100%.
But
But the ring pop
fantastic.
that's like the ring pop isn't there anymore. It's just the plastic
So-
bit now.
The three of you are present. They gather everyone, very similar to the Big Top extravaganza. They gather everyone at the carnival back near the Big Top. It has been reformed to having, instead of having those rings, there's now a big central stage. There are people doing kind of performances, but it's a little less than the extravaganza. You all three go there. You know currently, because it's been laid out to you, Mr. Light is here. He's flying around on that silver ring suspended above the stage, doing some crowd work. You see Candlefoot working the crowd near the front of the stage, and he gives you a side eye, and you like make eye contact, and they're like, Currently, Mr. Witch is going to be escorted by Durlaground from his wagon, their wagon at the kind of carnival worker area, to the Big Top. He'll be about halfway there by the time that one of you has decided. So you'll have the time to get there, meet him about halfway to a quarter way, and then the entire route from him getting there to actually making it to the Big Top to try to pull something off. So, spectators take their seats in the Big Top. At this point in time, Durlaground begins to escort Mr. Witch. Mr. Light gives his kind of opening speech. You see Candlefoot is actually next to him, doing some crowd work and basically being the ASL interpreter for anything that Mr. Light says. And you hear him say, "Welcome, come one, come all, to the final event of this fine night at the Witchlight Carnival." I'm sorry, I am just so excited to crown the monarch who has given such life to this carnival tonight. Are we in a good mood tonight? And then the whole crowd is like, yeah, we're in a good mood. You see a bunch of people just hyped up on sugar, just holding so much candy in their hands.
A mosh pit gets started
100%.
like at the front.
But they all have like foam boffers.
Yeah,
They're not dealing any damage. They're just like puh, 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 puh. He says, yes. Now calm down. My compatriot is on their way. But first, we shall find who has done their best to make a joyous night of tonight. He holds up the Witchlight vein, his rod that has the butterfly wings on the top that spins in this effervescent rotation. Light streams out of it. Golden threads begin to weave their way through the crowd. Slowly, as they make their way through the crowd, a few strands begin to lean towards your little group of three.
It's time, boys. Get ready. Get ready.
Oh my God. They begin to reach toward you. Two of you have made equal contributions to the happiness.
What? What does that even mean?
So I rolled a die.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a dice to decide which one of you would be the one to go on stage. You see the two threads begin to look at you. They like look at each other. They have this weird little conversation in mid glow. I gave odds to Drew, evens to DJ, and I rolled the D8. On said D8, I got a 7. Dawn.
No!
God!
I thought it was
Wow,
gonna be
Grant.
the comedy routine.
Wow, thanks, buddy. Thanks for your support.
The two,
Really, really appreciate
the
that,
two-
buddy.
What if flips the table. He flips the table. He punches the camera guy. He throws a fit.
This is like WWE.
As Tweedle.
He storms back
Yeah.
backstage. He throws a table around. The two
Tweedle
threads
screams, "No!"
The two threads land around Dawn, in his little chair. Everyone cheers and claps. And Mr. Light says, "Please, good sir, return to us on the stage. I believe that we've met before, and I'm sure the crowd loved your performance of the shining knight in armor in our previous Big Top extravaganza. Please, come, hero of the festival."
Best
You
of
begin
luck,
to make your
man.
way.
I
You got this.
imagine I just begin to float up on my magic chair.
Oh, and it does have the moving roots. It's like it worms its way.
I pretend to storm off in a fit of rage.
Absolutely, you're like, oh, but you try not to make it look too angry because you don't want to bring the mood down. Like you want to look like a good loser. Like you're like, I get it.
I just need a little bit of a Sunday, and I'll feel so much better. I'll make my way over.
Gotta take a breather, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tweedle will follow, I suppose.
Yeah, you
That's
kind
good.
of play
That's
the
good.
part of like, hey man, it's all right. You'll get him next time.
Hey, it's all right, buddy. And then we just walk off.
That I had it. You know, I work so hard, and I put the kid on my shoulder. I sacrificed my dignity so many times.
It's all right, man. It's all right,
You
man.
hear Mr. Light say, "And please give a round of applause. It was a tight run, and truly it was luck of the draw. Our wonderful runner-up, the Horseman."
Thanks, guys.
And someone goes, "He's a centaur," and he goes, "The Centaur."
Centaur.
You are given a round of applause as you leave, and immediately as soon as you're out of sight of everyone, you just start booking it to intercept Mr. Witch. Mr. Light will invite Dawn on stage.
Yeah.
How are you going to hold the crowd for as long as you can?
As soon as I get on the stage, I raise up my lance in one hand. I raise up my trident in another. I stand from my chair mightily and I say, "My dear champions of the festival, I thank you for this glorious moments. I am deeply humbled by the power you have bestowed upon me. For this very night reminds me of a time 7 ages ago." And he just goes into a long-winded story about
I love it.
some glory speech that he gave at a battle
When I was
years
a boy,
ago.
I dreamed.
And see, his name was Jeff, and he worked. Oh, where did he work?
Oh my goodness! Oh, what
It's
year
the
was
worst
it?
old
He was the
person
guy
story.
with the 9 fingers, and he was missing a toe. Oh, what was his name? I think
Man,
it was
and his
Bald.
wife cooked the best stroganoff.
Yeah, can we please, DM, can I make a suggestion that we just keep checking in like periodically to just see where
Absolutely.
he's at in the
Drew,
story?
at some point in time, I will call back on you,
Okay,
and
yeah.
I'm just going to need you to pull something out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I got it.
I won't
got
even
it.
have you roll. The question is how
Don't
is it
worry.
just
I got it.
fantastic?
I already got it.
You two
Drew's like, I'm so ready. I was born ready for
I
this.
was
start
born ready for
heading
this.
towards Mr. Witch.
We are charging.
Oh yeah, you are galloping, thundering down the lanes towards hopefully where they are. Let me
At
double
this
check.
point, I would like to do something, DM.
Yes.
As we get about halfway there, when I would imagine that we're like 20 seconds away from him, we could probably maybe even see him. I would like to pull out the cupcake of invisibility. that I
Oh my
won.
goodness!
Wow.
What a
I don't know.
callback.
Do I need? If I cut this cupcake in half, we both go invisible, or
That
is it a one person
fantastic
thing?
question. Here's the thing. I don't know, but that sounds rad. I'll have it last for half of the duration.
Okay, cool. How long was it supposed to last for?
I believe it would last for 1 minute normally. So
we
you'll
both
have
30
seconds. Now, to be fair, the big top is right next to the staff area. So, like,
So
it
we're
is
not
not
far.
like a 10-mile walk or anything.
Yeah.
It'll probably take you about a minute to get to the intersection where Durlaground and Mr. Witch are.
Do we think that they're going to be here in a minute, or can we ambush them?
You can absolutely set up an ambush.
Yeah, we definitely want to
absolutely.
intercept them. Wait, I also have a plan, Spliff, which we theoretically are. Look,
Yeah, we talked about this for sure.
I'm gonna talk.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna distract him. You figure it out, all right? Whatever you gotta do, do it. I'm gonna hold him.
Okay. All right, I got it. I totally got this.
So we'll approach. We'll keep going to them.
Absolutely.
And once
So
we see them,
we'll get to the thing. We'll get to the meeting spot. Is there like a bush that I can hide behind?
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of random carnival things. I like to think that you end up, those cardboard cutouts that someone sticks up their head
Yeah,
through?
like the face.
There's one that is a centaur.
Nice.
And you just put your head like you perfectly are masked behind the shape of this cardboard cutout.
Absolutely. And I will wait until the opportune time to eat my cupcake.
Yes.
okay. Once we see them approaching, who's all approaching, Aaron?
It is just that Kettle Steam is nearby. You're not sure exactly where.
Okay.
So Kettle Steam is lying in wait. You guys talked about this beforehand. You have the plan all laid out. You see approaching from a distance Mr. Witch and Durlaground. Durlaground is at his side. Durlaground told you that he will walk on the side opposite of where the watch is. So currently, that the watch is on his left side because Durlaground is on the right.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Once they kind of approach, they're getting closer. Tweedle will go, "Oh, Mr. Witch, I'm so glad I saw you. I'm so glad I found you. I have an idea on how we can improve happiness at this carnival. It's a great idea." And I kind of stand like next to Durlaground or Delaground or whatever. So like I'm kind of getting the attention of
you draw his attention away from where the watch is. And he says,
"Well, I must say that my compatriot, Mr. Light, is probably a far better choice of something to speak of in this manner. My purpose here is to mainly maintain schedule, you see."
Well, look, right. But, our buddy Don won the best guy, the Monarch, and he's probably going to be telling his story for a while. So we're just going to hold here. I don't know. It'll only take like 30 seconds or so, he says.
you slam half a cupcake. I'm so excited to see this horse stealth their way.
So I do the little dancing trot. Yeah. To be really quiet. I get over onto his right side, right? Or on the left side.
Yep, left side.
I lay completely down so I'm low enough to the point where my face is close to the watch and the thing so I can actually see it. So I lay entirely down. So he probably just sees this massive indentation in the grass.
No, he doesn't because he's currently looking at Tweedle.
Yeah. I have my scimitar, I have it in a sheath, but it's popped so I can pull it if need be.
Yeah.
Last resort. Okay.
100%.
I look at the watch. I look at the chain.
You see just a thin silver chain that leads. He's currently in the like that double-breasted jacket suit over top,
absolutely.
very
Looks
bespoke.
But
absolutely. You can see a little chain that leads to one of his inside pockets.
There is the classic scene of looking at my face as I have two wires in front of me and I'm trying to figure out which one to skip, and I have buckets of sweat pouring off my face and I'm just holding the makeshift thieves' tools. And I go in,
and you see the clock ticking as the timer, slowly
the watch
away.
I'm watching my 30 seconds disappear too.
You reach your hands closer and closer. As you begin to reach towards the watch, the scene cuts. Don, what are you talking about right now?
And it was in that moment we saw our flag bearer Jonathan charging into the fray ahead of him by himself. There's nothing more inspiring than a man charging forward to his certain death for his country. In that moment, we knew we could not leave him behind. We mounted our horses. The cavalier charged forward with the Jordan at our backs. We would not let Jonathan die alone. And so in that moment, we thrust forward into the battle fray. Mobs of goblins, mobs of gore. It was glorious. And in that moment, I thrust my spear to the side of the Minotaur, and I threw his dead carcass at their leader.
And it goes on like that.
It cuts back. Can you please roll a sleight of hand check?
And so look, I have a history in some like therapy and things like that, counseling, and I've just noticed that some of your residents or some of the people who come to the carnival,
You are invisible. You have advantage. You're invisible.
could benefit from some therapy. It is the best way to sustainably heal people from their past wounds.
You're looking out of the corner of your eyes. You're just saying any word that comes to mind. You see a pin drop out of thin air, and you're like, "Oh, that's not good."
Oh my God! Are you
I'm
all
sorry.
right, sir?
I could use some. I think I need a glass of water later. I'm just really excited about this idea.
Yeah,
I'm not proficient. 16.
Does he have advantage?
a 6. Yeah, he got it.
I got a natural 1 the first time.
With advantage of 16. What happens is you went up there, and the sweat caused the lockpick to just slip from your hands. You're like, oh!
Why am I so sweaty?
So you dry off real quick. You pull out your second one. It's a little pin hook that isn't as meant to pick a lock, but to very discreetly hook underneath something and just pull it slightly. It's more of like a pickpocket tool than anything.
Operator. The game.
And so you hook it under the little clasp in his jacket and manage to fiddle it out from the button. It's real close because he like turns as the guy coughs, and you're like, whoa! Except you don't make any noise. And then you manage to pull the chain out and then very gently pull the watch out. The watch is not invisible.
I swallow it.
You just eat it?
I just
way. No freaking way.
I'm just like,
You see out of the corner of your eye, you see Kettle Steam with a baseball mitt.
Yes. Ready to catch it.
And then I very, very like Disney cartoon. I take a couple of deep breaths and I spit it out towards Kettle's team.
Make an athletics check.
I'm proficient in this. 18 on die plus proficiency is 20 plus strength of 12 is 1. That's a 21.
Fantastic. Like one of those towel cannon, the shirt cannons.
Yeah.
You launch it and it goes right into the mitt, and you see Kettle Steam just phase into nothingness. You know that they will meet you at the predetermined location with the watch.
Look, go ahead.
And someone says, "Are you?" He says, "Oh my, are you sneezing? Are you well, sir?"
Oh, I think I'm okay. Look, I've pitched my idea. Please pass it along to Candlefoot. Or sorry,
like
Light.
Crawling away on the ground.
And Candlefoot could use therapy. He has not been well recently.
That's in the clown. Wait, that is Candlefoot.
Yes.
Anyways, look, I apologize for. I'm sure you have a tight agenda. I apologize for taking your time. Please make your way. I'm done here.
Yes. Oh, heavens, goodness me, I'm terribly upset.
I ran away.
And the horse is doing tactical rolls.
Yeah, I'm just like rolling away, trying.
I gotta go see if my buddy's Don doing all right.
DM, may I finish my story?
Yes, you may. And then we return. Now, as you see out of the corner of your eye, Mr. Witch appears at the entrance, Durlagram at his side. Durlagram gives you a wink.
And as the battle came to its close, I came face to face with the demon witch king of Blugablah. It was glorious. The battle was long and hard, but I stood firm and stared my foe in the eye, for we both knew we were worthy adversaries of each other. But as I tore his trident out of my side, I thrust my lance into his. And as we both glared at one another, we knew it was the end for both of us. As we both rode off the cliffs to our near demise and doom, I merely closed my eyes and thanked the gods for my glorious life.
Can Candlefoot the whole time be miming everything that's happening?
Candlefoot has
dramatic.
been fully reenacting. You have been given dramatic music. Palasha is like singing like a full choir, literally like flying through the air in a bubble of water.
But as I fell to my imminent death, giving up on life, a ray of hope and sunshine descended down upon me as our flag bearer reached out, pole in hand towards me.
Jonathan!
And he yelled out, "Dawn, don't give up!" And as he said this, I knew my time had not yet come. So I reached out with all of my strength. I grabbed onto that flagpole as I saw the demon witch king of Blugelblah fall to his death. But I knew someday I would face him again.
There's a silence over the crowd. You know the scene where in A Knight's Tale where the speaker gives the whole speech and then the crowd is just silent, and then one of the buddies goes, "Yeah!" and the crowd erupts. That's what happens.
People are crying.
Yeah.
People are weeping. You see Mr. Light has pulled out a little tissue and wiped his eyes, and he says, When this festival started tonight, I had no idea that I would meet a real hero. I would just like to say thank you to those soldiers and veterans here in the audience today for your valiant sacrifice for whatever you fought for.
Tweedle from the wing.
This is a man to aspire to. I'm sorry, I need a moment.
As Light is talking, Tweedle from the wing, nobody can see him. He's like behind the curtain. Just like, hey, Dawn, come on.
As
Come on.
as Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, or was that Mr. Witch is
this
the
is
one who's
Mr.
smoking?
Mr. Witch is about to come
Mr.
up on stage,
Doctor.
and they will crown you together.
Okay, great. Yeah. As that happens, Don, who has literally been standing holding his trident and lance up
For
the
a solid
entire time,
10 minutes.
he finally just goes, okay. And he just sits down,
Passes out. Falls asleep in the chair. The
Just
chair
dies.
walks off.
and just, his heart does a double beat for a moment, but as he catches his breath,
Your pacemaker flutters.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And he just takes a massive slurp of his prune juice.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Happiness
see
goes down one notch.
Mr. Light wipes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and composes himself. He says, "It is with all of the honor that I can possess to present you with this. Mr. Witch, please." You see Mr. Witch comes up on stage with a hat box in his hands, and he says, "I'll be honest. I only caught the end of that. And if I were a man who were one who would cry, tears would be shed." He opens the box and removes a crown of golden butterflies. And he places it on your head. Mr. Light turns to you and he says, "You don't need to kneel. I would not ask that of you. So please, accept this." And he takes his Witchlight vein and he knights you once on each shoulder, once at the top of his head. And he says, "I am proud to present to all of you here the Witchlight Monarch." And a bunch of clowns just show up and just chuck golden glitter at you. Just explosions of glitter. They escort you from the stage. A chariot rises.
Yeah.
And they escort you on each side. This like three person chariot. It does a circuit around the audience.
Yes.
And everyone is cheering for you. You stand there. You're like, maybe again. Your arms give out a little bit.
Yeah. He brings it in his elbows and kind of like props his arms up against his chest in order to hold up his lance and his trident.
Palasha is singing a joyous song. Glitter and fairies and pixies dance around, and eventually
the
song will
tear
conclude.
Runs down Don's face as he remembers better times.
That he can't remember.
That he can't remember. He doesn't know if any of this is real.
Eventually,
None of this is true.
You are led around. The song eventually ends, and the chariot stops for a moment as Mr. Witch gets off. He shakes your hand. And he says,
I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. I must return to my wagon.
Thank you.
I'm sure that we're...
Oh no, he's checking his pocket.
I'm sure that I'm running low on time. I really must get going.
Oh yes, don't
From
worry.
behind
Don't
Mr.
worry about
Witch.
me.
From behind Mr. Witch, you just see Spliff, who's like, the letter. Because we planned this, right? Dawn's gonna give him the letter, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Don's faulty memory.
What? Oh, hold on. One moment, my dear sir. I'm so
he
sorry.
notices that everyone is looking at him. He's like,
yes, of course.
As a token of my own gratitude, I wish to bestow this upon you.
As he pulls out the letter, and he, please
Thank you.
keep it in good hands.
Yes, I'll read it back at my wagon.
and he gets off, and Joe the Ground begins to escort him back to the staff area. You are also taken on a parade around the entire carnival.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look at you.
Just everywhere.
Yeah.
You get to see all the sights. People are throwing soft like teddy bears and candy at you, and showered with glitter and just all sorts of things, baked goods.
Nice.
It's really weird. Someone throws a croissant and you're like, this is worth it.
Where there's sugar
every
free.
now and again, he just gets 1,000-yard stares. Just a strike of PTSD comes upon him out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're like, oh, the
He
bullets.
doesn't remember.
Yeah, he doesn't
That's
remember.
the worst part. He doesn't remember what's happening, but he knows that it's bad.
That's bad, man. That's
Like
sad.
a Werther's original whizzes past you, and you're like, oh.
Oh my god. Jeez.
So, eventually the parade ends, and all of you know that at this point in time, Mr. Light would have returned to his wagon. You guys group up. You have a moment. You have time now to speak with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. You have the pocket watch, which means that pretty much you can just ask them whatever you want, and they'll do it to get this pocket watch.
Time to talk, boys.
Oh my goodness.
So,
But
oh yeah, no. I have a better endpoint.
As
I
we
got it.
approach
Cool.
DM, I do like to
I have a better
imagine.
endpoint.
I do like to imagine somehow Dawn has acquired like a cape, like a royal robe kind of cape thing. That's
yeah, of course.
That's just
You've been draped
And
in
a- and a
fineries.
scepter.
yeah.
Yep.
You have a
and-
cape, a scepter. You got the butterfly crown.
Also,
that's right.
you have the ability to fly until the Witchlight Carnival is over.
bro.
Dawn ditches the chair and he just floats.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
you-
I was
you-
like, that's
you-
exactly right. That's exactly right.
Just like Lucario. Just like,
Specifically, you
I am
float and
better
are
than
surrounded by these golden spectral butterflies that seem to hold you aloft as you float forward with ethereal grace.
That's awesome.
wow.
Dawn just
Split.
became a god.
Split, you do the talking, all right?
Yeah. I got it. Okay, cool.
I
Yeah.
think we've established that I have the highest charisma.
That's a good point. Maybe Dawn should do it.
About charisma. I mean, I'm happy to let anybody else do this. I
Don't
hate
worry.
making people cry.
I, the
intimidating
monarch
people.
of the
I'm happy to
Witchlight
be a
Carnival,
muscle.
will right this ship of
justice. As he
Yeah, I think he's got
glides
it.
forward into the tent.
Okay, great. I love it. Love it.
We'll follow behind
You
timidly.
glide into the tent. Oh my gosh. What an entrance.
Like his arms are out and he's just
That's
like
100%. He's
like into the
just like one shoulder slightly forward as he just floats forward.
He floats forward.
hello.
Yeah,
It's us
as he
again.
does. He floats forward, and then I'm just gonna gently place the watch in front of Dawn on the table. I'm gonna nod slightly to my Dawn,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Right.
and then I'm
This
gonna
is
back
the
off.
dawn.
This is the Dawn. This is the meeting of the Dawns.
That's right.
And then I back off and I stand off to the side, intimidated, and trying to intimidatingly.
Tweedle stands in the doorway and tries to look.
Yeah.
Posing as a gigantic gif.
Blocks the doorway.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I do love the idea of this really old man just rolling up with a centaur and a hippo.
So, you present your very oppressive, aggressive presence in the tent.
That's right.
And Mr. Light and Mr. Witch are there. They look at the watch and they say, Mr. Witch, who normally Mr. Light does the talking, but you feel like he doesn't do very well in stressful situations.
No, not at all.
He's looking around nervously. He's like, I really hope that this doesn't turn into anything. Like, Mr. Witch takes center stage and is basically like,
So, what do you want?
Well, I believe I made it very clear in my letter that you received. Myself and my companions know that something strange is afoot with the Witchlight Carnival. We know that you have been making dealings with the Fae Courts, and we wish to know exactly what it is your business dealings entail. And in return, we are willing to return what is yours.
Well, it's a troubling circumstance, to be sure. And trust me, it was not exactly a deal that we made willingly. Something has happened to our patron Zabilna. We are not quite sure what, but a group of 3 hags, known as the Hourglass Coven, approached us, informing us that they were now the owners of the Witchlight Carnival. And all that needed to be done is to continue moving on as we have been, and not pay any attention to anything that went lost. Truthfully, we cannot afford to return to the lives we once had before the carnival was ours. Those were dark days for us, so we truly had no other choice. If you will return the watch to us and are willing, we would appreciate if you could do whatever is necessary to help Zabilna. We do not know her circumstances, so to speak. We simply know that something has happened to her. Are you willing? We really aren't supposed to talk about this, which is the big thing. They have eyes, they have ears.
Don just kind of leans his head back towards his 2 companions, and he says, I do believe we can come to an agreement. But you see, we have our own personal stake in the matter as well. If you can promise to help us in any way necessary in order to defeat these and retrieve Zabilna, we will do all that is in our power to right this wrong of injustice.
Truthfully, there's very little that we can do to help you. We can show you the way.
That is all we need. For once we know
I want to know who I am, gosh darn it.
I'm sure that all can be found. in the land beyond the Witchlight Carnival.
And money, I want money.
Yeah, Tweedle.
We have no money.
Tweedle.
Money.
We thank goodness. We
back.
have
Oh,
some
never
money.
mind then. Sorry.
We don't want
Misunderstanding.
We don't want your money. No,
I'm getting a very mixed
Hey, just let me do the
vibe
talking, guys.
from all of you.
Yes. If you can guide us, lead us on the correct path, we will do the rest. And in the process, recover our own memories and save Zybilna from her terrible fate.
Very well. I will need my watch.
Done. I slide it across the table.
Okay.
Nice, we did it, guys.
grabs it.
We totally did that. We did that. That
I
was
go give
us.
Tweedle a high five.
You high five. You're pumped up. You see Mr. Witch turn to Mr. Light with like a look of like, did we seriously just get punked by these people? And he says, Mr. Light. And Mr. Light goes, he's been tense this whole time. He says, we will show you now to Prismere. Follow us. They get up and begin to leave the tent. I'm assuming you guys follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
We do.
Prismere.
We follow our
That's the place
leader,
we always wanna
Dawn.
go.
Yeah,
Our
they
king,
lead
our
you
monarch.
That's right.
back to the Hall of Illusions, where you met Candlefoot, where you met that engaged couple that just became engaged and then weren't engaged and then were engaged.
Uh-huh.
As Witch and Light move through the Hall of Illusions, similar to how you did when you first went through, you see their reflections in the mirrors that show them to be gloomy Shatterkai children.
Whoa.
What is Shatterkai?
A Shatterkai, thanks for asking, Mr. Exposition. A Shatterkai are elves from
I
the
actually
Shadowfell.
don't know. Elves from the Shadow.
From the Shadowfell rather than the Fae.
Oh.
And soon, as they move through, slowly their age begins to grow up and up and up until eventually there reaches a point in time where they don the outfits that they're wearing now. And you see their faces change from being these gloomy, sad, depressed, almost like grayscale children into Mr. Witch and Mr. Light wearing their colorful costumes and fancy vests and hats and with their watches and veins and all sorts of things. Soon, their reflections catch up to how they look right now and they call you to a halt. And the mirrors now reflect everyone's true age. You yourselves actually could see your younger versions in full form now because you could actually see who you were. And Mr. Witch turns and addresses you in a hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. If you mean to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here
Hither,
and there.
thither, here and there.
Wander yonder, show
Wander
me where.
yonder, show me where.
This is the same mirror that you saw the man looking at a small girl on the other side wearing a pig mask. This is specifically that same mirror. Before you go any farther, the mirror begins to shape and change and kind of whirl into this blue opalescent portal. Beyond this mirror lies the land called Prismere. The carnival's secret patron, the Archfey Zybilna, is the owner of this plane. You had tickets, correct?
Yes.
That is good. That is what protects you while you're here. It will no longer protect you in the land of Prismere. Also, this is a one-way portal. Once you're there, you must find your own way back.
All of a sudden, we start reconsidering.
Is this like...
wait.
No, is this different from exiling? I'm just checking. Is this
We're not
what you
getting
do
kicked
to
out of
people that
Carnival,
break
right?
the rules?
We
Normally,
can come back.
in order to return to the material plane, you would have to speak to Zybilna, and she will grant you passage.
Of course, she is not currently accessible, so
we just
you'll
gotta
have to find your own
beat up
way.
these witches.
Yeah, give us 1 second, and we kind of have a little huddle. What do we think? Do we go through this? Yeah, I think
I
already said the words.
Like we kind of promised to do it, but like it kind of seems like a lot. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
What would happen if we didn't do this?
Well,
what if we just walked away?
If we,
you know, like we already know that we're
okay, hold on. If we just chose to walk away, first of all, none of us would ever get our memories back.
Yeah, I like what.
And people at the carnival would continue to lose things.
Oh,
that's okay.
That's not
they're
good.
just losing like their sense of sight or something. Like, who needs that?
Or their child.
Or their children,
loved ones,
or their entire memory of who they are,
or their voice,
or worse, or their memory. He points at Dawn.
They would probably end their lives, given the fact that
all right,
3 of us were all
I
dead.
all right, I got it.
Mackenzie.
Okay. I'm being a what?
I want to be clear. They could lose their sense of humor.
That's all you needed to say.
I straighten my metaphorical cap, strap up my backpack, and I charge through the portal.
Yep.
All right, we're doing
through.
this.
Who goes through next?
I go through next.
All right, Don. Our handshake. I don't remember.
I
don't remember our handshake. We gotta go through that portal, man.
Don, you head through the portal. Tweedle, right before you're about to go, you feel Mr. Witch and Mr. Light put a hand on either side of you.
Oh, that's
Mr. Witch says, "Mind the rule of 3, future, present, past." And then Light says, "Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last." As those words are said to you, you begin to fade through the mirror.
Could you repeat that? I'm just kidding. I got it.
Wait, what?
Find the rule of 3.
Wait, that was
future, present, past.
Future, present, past.
Find the alicorn, free the dormant queen at last.
Yeah,
dude, I got it down pat.
Is a unicorn rabbit, right?
Yeah, something like that.
That was a whole lot of words before just pushing me in a portal, guys. And then I go through the portal.
You all arrive in a land that you've never seen before. You stand at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under this hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from these pale stones that seem to glow faintly from within, towers above the surrounding landscape. But large sections of it have crumbled away in disrepair. The parts that remain in place are separated by these huge gaps where portions have completely collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rot and dying plants and creatures. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, the sound of croaking frogs and singing birds. It is really hard to see here. This fog rises from the swamp. Off in the distance, you see this leaning tower, this spiraling just obelisk that rises out of the swamp. You can just see the tip of it. And as you gaze out across this swamp, that's where we're going to end today. You've got a line. DJ, hit us.
Just to say, Tweedle steps through the portal and he immediately runs into Spliff as Spliff is like banging on the one-way portal. Let me back in! Let me back in!
That's pretty good.
As you are trying so hard, as you eventually, the pounding against the empty air stops and it just flies through as the portal is gone forever. That's where we're going to wrap up today. You guys have made it to Hither. The land of Hither. What may encounter you there, we'll find out in 2 weeks. This is the first time that I've DM'd this story, and you guys have left the carnival.
Yay!
This is uncharted ground, everybody. For TPD, we've never seen this.
Good job, everybody.
I hope you guys had fun.
This was
I had fun.
Blast.
You guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
did a
Also, you
fantastic
guys
job.
level up.
Wow.
Yeah,
You guys can do that on your own
level
time. As for everyone watching, I hope that everyone had a blast. I know that I did. Thank you for tuning in to our little mini series that we're doing in between. We will be back in 2 weeks, assuming that all goes well and everything is fine. Keep an eye out because we will be updating you more on campaign 2 when exactly that will start as we get closer. We'll have an exact month, an exact day, an exact hour. It'll be probably 7 p.m. CST. But we'll try to keep you informed as best we can. We're trying to increase production on like TikToks and social media stuff. We're trying to get back in the groove of things. So keep an eye out for all the fun things we're doing. And thank you a bunch for coming. I have one last thing to say, if that's all that I need to. Before we end, the same thing that we say every time we stream. Good luck and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers.
Bye, everybody.
Let's go. Jazz hands.
Nice.